Hello and welcome to another update video on SUI. The SUI chart has not really moved much since the weekend. I mean, we are currently again in one of these phases in which the market is really testing our patience, right? So we're currently tracking on this chart a corrective pullback. So I think that's the main thesis, that this is not yet at least the beginning of a bear market. But that we are obviously still caught in some kind of a correction. We haven't seen enough evidence to really say that this correction that started in July here, yeah, end of July around the 27th, a bit later than on some other coin charts, and depending on where we really count it, right? The two different scenarios. But this correction that started, it might still be unfolding. There's at least no strong evidence to say that it's complete. Yes, we have seen a potential micro 5-wave move up from the Saturday low. I'm going to zoom in a minute. It is super small, so it's really tiny. Not enough to really confirm a low is in. As you can see, this move to the upside that happened from the Saturday low is really not meaningful compared to what happened before. It's not any larger than this rally. It's certainly not larger than this rally. Okay, it's a little larger than this, but it's just still overall pretty small and pretty insignificant. So the extent of that move is just not large enough to be part of the next rally. Well, it could be, but it's not very clear yet. We can have a thesis about it. Yeah, we can say, okay, what are the levels that now need to hold? If that's the case, if we've bottomed already, what would it mean? And I'll discuss that when I zoom in. But please note there are two support zones. There's the idea is that there are two scenarios, and each of these scenarios has its own support zone. So if, for example, we break below upper support, then we know that it's most likely not this scenario, but rather the other one. Both are bullish at the moment, and there's even an alternative scenario in case we even break below the lower support. But they are all still allowing for further upside, either from the upper support, which is between $3.11 and $3.30, or from lower support, which is between $2.64 and $2.95. If we break below it, then we will really need to reinterpret the chart, because it would mean that the wave 2 has never bottomed on the 22nd of June. But the current idea is it has, okay? Because I can identify in the orange count, let's talk about that first, a 5-wave move up from that June low. I can identify 5 waves up. That would be our wave 1. And then the pullback so far is corrective, and we're holding above wave 2 support, which is at $2.64. But it would be like the WXY structure, and then the Y wave is an ABC. So that's how it could send us into that lower support region. Also, if we talk about the yellow scenario, yeah, I don't have 5 waves up yet, but I can still call it a potential diagonal pattern that's unfolding. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, WXY in wave 4, and then wave 5. Even in the yellow scenario, even though it's not 5 waves up yet, so it could just have been a corrective rally, right? But even if it's not a 5-wave move up yet, we're still holding support. So technically, there is no strong evidence that a that a more substantial correction has started, or even a breakdown. So we're holding all support levels, and pullbacks remain corrective in nature. So that's pretty good. Now then, if we zoom in a little bit and take a look at the nanostructures, well, see, the move to the upside that we have actually seen from the August low there, from the Saturday low, you can say, that move to the upside was really weak. And so I can identify it as a potential 5-wave move up, maybe in a diagonal pattern. But really, the pullback is also quite sharp, or at least quite deep. Really, that low actually should stick now, if this is the yellow scenario and if we've bottomed already. So yeah, I mean, that low could act as very key level here at 326. That's the Saturday low, to keep the focus on the yellow scenario. I think I mentioned it yesterday. Should we get any break below that swing low there at 326, we're likely going to visit $3.11 next, and probabilities are increasing that we actually are in the larger correction in this wave too, which wouldn't be a problem. Just need to understand what the relevance of these key levels is, right? So for now, I think we can be cautiously optimistic that potentially a low is in, but the structure is extremely fragile still, and there are still support levels below in case we take out the Saturday low. If Bitcoin moves up, I think SUI will follow. So it will depend to a degree on Bitcoin, but I'm tracking a very, very similar structure on the Bitcoin chart as well. So that's quite good if they correlate, but they're likely going to make it together or break it together, basically. So that's the update on SUI. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to check out our membership options if you're interested in the membership. If you want to get more updates, check out our channel page. There is an overview of the membership benefits. As a member, you get access to member-only videos. Yesterday, for example, I covered Jasmine, but there are many more. You also get access to our member-only live streams. Every Sunday we run them. You also get access to our Discord server if you are a gold member, where you get access to a lot of additional updates, plus live charts, plus gold and silver updates. Some stock updates are included as well. Just much more content there. Mindset stuff, a full Elliott wave course, gold and silver updates. So check it out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.